Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. As most of you know, the Tarkov wipe is today. For me, the servers are down, so I wanted to make this video in the meantime. As you can see, there's arena gameplay in the background. I dropped about 17 kills in this match with the MPX. That's not what this video is about. Today, I actually wanted to talk about arena, and despite all the negative talk around arena, how good it's been for me in helping me understand the way Tarkov plays and works, as well as it has me extremely excited for this wipe. This will be my first wipe. Before I start, I want to point out that when I say arena, I'm in fact referring to arena. When I say Tarkov, I'm referring to normal escape from Tarkov, just so there's no confusion. Let me give you a brief history of myself with Tarkov. I had originally bought the game in 2017 or 2018. I can't quite remember. I don't even remember how I even heard about the game. My guess would be YouTube, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I purchased the game, I downloaded it, booted up. I remember messing around with guns and attachments before ever setting foot in a raid. Mind you, at this time, I didn't even know the premise of the game. I had no concept of the extraction shooter genre at all. I knew it was a first-person shooter with great detail of weapon customization. Again, I barely remember this, it was 5 or 6 years ago. Nonetheless, I play a raid or two and I realize I need money, or rubles in this case. So I watch a video on a loot run, which makes good rubles. I believe it was a woods run where you do the cabins and you go through the coats and the bags and then you go out and extract. That's all I remember doing. I do that a few times and then just put the game down. I believe around this time is when like Fortnite, Apex Legends, and I was also playing CSGO at the time. So it kind of just overwhelmed me and that's what I went ahead and started playing then. Skip ahead a few years to 2019. This is when I really give Tarkov a shot. I sort of learned the general gameplay loop. I realized what an extraction shooter is. I understand extracts and how the game generally functions. But still was not that good of a player. I somehow have about 300 hours according to my Tarkov account, but I don't remember any of that, really. Still barely knew how guns worked. I didn't do hardly any quests. I had some friends that I would play with sometimes, and all they would do is drop me kits. So them doing that, I never really learned anything. Still did not understand how to correctly build a gun. I remember just like following them around doing what they wanted to do, not really learning anything. I remember bringing in like Ketters with no attachments and Mosins. I would only play on customs because at the times customs was the only map that would run decent on the PC I had. Every other map, including woods, just ran like shit, so I never wanted to play them. I remember there was even a period of time where I would grab a Mosin in Camp Smuggler's Boat and the little bridge by Smuggler's Boat, and I remember this vividly. I did this more than a few times, which is where I would have to guess most of my time went while playing Tarkov back then. Unfortunately, that got pretty boring to me. Not just the camping and stuff. I'm more of a hold W. But because my PC was so bad, I could never play on it. I never wanted to play on any other maps or do anything else because it just was not fun with how poor my PC ran the game. So I quit. Ever since then, in the back of my mind, I always wanted to dive in and really learn what Tarkov was about. But again, PC issues. Skip ahead to 2020 or 2021, I finally got a new PC. I decided at some point to download Tarkov again and give it another shot. I opened the game and became instantly overwhelmed. Closed the game. This would happen several times. Some sessions I would actually play a raid or two, but still never get anywhere. Now we're in 2023. I decide to download the game once again. This time I say to myself, I really want to learn. I start watching / listening to videos while at work, studying the maps online while playing the game, learning how ammo and armor works, how to properly build a weapon, extractions, etc. I'm at this for about 3 weeks, and in these weeks, I learned more about Tarkov than I had in any of my previous sessions, including my smuggler boat phase. I have about 320 hours at this point. There was still one problem. I never really got to put any of this into practice. I never truly got into gunfights, so I didn't know how guns worked. It was mainly just dying out of nowhere while learning the maps, loading into factory with a shotgun to get a kill or two and blow off steam, before dying, or scavving and never seeing any action, or dying to random gunshot. I don't even know where it came from. That's how my gameplay loop went within these 3 weeks. I was starting to lose enjoyment again until I heard about Arena. And when I heard about Arena, it was only a month or two from release. I was pumped. I didn't quit Tarkov, but I only played about once or twice a week. I would hop in and out of a raid, switch to another game, whatever. Fast forward, Arena comes out. I love it and enjoy it despite some of my other content saying otherwise. I play the shit out of Arena, and I've been playing it up until today, wipe day. I got to the next rank, the 2000 ARP. I have Cavalier unlocked, and I'm halfway to the next tier. But more importantly, and the reason I'm making this video, is Arena has helped me understand how Tarkov plays more than any of my other time in any prior raids. Despite the flaws of the competitive design for Arena, I am now 100 times more confident in shooting guns, in movement, how it operates. I understand, like I said, how movement and inertia works, how to right side peek. I understand what that means. I have a feel for how long it will take for certain ammo to down somebody, the time to kill. I'm just way more confident in actual combat because of Arena. What would have taken me hundreds of hours in this type of game sense only took me about 50 or so hours to understand because of Arena. I would check my exact time played in Arena, but at the time of making this video, I can't log into the launcher as they're doing maintenance and getting ready for the wipe, I assume. With all this said, I still have a ton to learn about Tarkov, but I'm more willing to learn it, knowing that I'm confident in my gunplay. While I know the combat and gunplay are a small portion of the game, I still need to learn about loot, PMC spawns, bosses, extracts, quests, vendors, etc. The list goes on. I'm just infinitely more confident and excited to learn these aspects of the game because of Arena. This will be my first wipe I've ever played on day one. I've always came in late to wipes. I've always been late. I've been at the end of wipes. Most of the time in those sessions prior were late into the wipe. I had heard about wipes coming up, but I was just not confident in playing it. I never wanted to start. Hopefully, when the servers launch, or are able to be up sometime soon, I actually get to play. I'm excited to see how the game plays on wipe day and see how, seeing all the players in one area, seeing more PvP than I did in any of my other sessions prior. But yeah, I mean, as soon as these servers come back up, I'm just excited to play day one wipe day. Hopefully I get to play day one with the maintenance going on and all that. All jokes aside, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of backstory on my Tarkov experience and how Arena has actually helped me become more confident in escape from Tarkov itself. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.